Alright, so as of 3 days ago, the blood shard was at an astounding 11 mil, but as of this recording now, it is closer to 13 mil. So today I'm going to be killing Firewatch Sentinels. Hopefully I will get some blood shards in this video. My gear choice is as shown on screen here. We have the Sunfire top and bottom, and of course the Blisterwood flail for the main weapon. We're going to be starting out with 100 Divine Super Combat Potions in the bank, and we're definitely going to be using all of them today. I want to camp this area for a very long time. We're going to start with 10 hours and then we're going to go from there, but I expect to at least do 30 hours in this video. Hopefully it doesn't take that long to get our first shard. I do want to get multiple shards today to see just how much profit I can make in a time span of about 30 hours. And on top of this, I'm going to be getting a ton of hard clue scrolls, which we can just simply juggle on the ground. So we're going to be doing those towards the end of the video and opening all of those up as well. But first, a few words from today's sponsor. Before we continue on, this video is brought to you by Star Trek Fleet Command. Star Trek Fleet Command is a free 4X Star Trek MMO that you can play on your PC or on mobile. You can collect iconic characters, form grand alliances, and build epic fleets of legendary starships. And not only do they have new missions, ships, and characters monthly, but there's a big strange new world event coming which will include my favorite villain, the Gorn. So download the game for free with my link in the description, and if you reach level 5, you will be supporting me and the channel. Really appreciate it. And a big thank you to Star Trek Fleet Command for sponsoring today's video. Alright, so here we are at the Firewatch Sentinel. Today it's June 12th, and the price right now is 13.6 mil. So just in the last 10 minutes, it went up about 600k, and as of about 1 month ago, the blood shard was sitting at around 6 mil. So it did take less than, actually looking at the graph now, about 3.5 weeks for it to go from 6 mil to over double in price now at 13.6 mil. I'm honestly not too sure why the price has spiked in such a short amount of time, but if you guys know, let me know in the comment section below. I'm just assuming that they banned a lot of bots here, or maybe the blood shard is going to be useful for more PVMing content in the future. Either way, it's really awesome to see. I hope to see this continue to rise so that this makes this location and just this AFK-able monster more profitable than it already is. In this video, we're going to be breaking it down hour by hour for the first 10 hours anyway, just to see the average loot that you can get if you don't happen to hit a blood shard. That is the main focus here, of course. And then it's lovely to have those hard clue scrolls that are going to be stacking up as well if you decide that you want to juggle them and complete them all. You don't have to. You can just simply let them disappear. That's up to you, of course. But for the sake of the video, we're going to try to do some of them. Hopefully all of them, but we'll see what happens. But we are nearing the first hour completed, and I do want to say I went out of my way to pick up other people's loot just because a lot of people don't pick up much here at all. And so why not? I just decided to pick it up and high alch whatever I could. So let's go ahead and do a quick price check and see what we're looking at. All right, so we are not picking up the Vampire Dust, but still we have made 309k in the first hour, 103 kills overall. RuneLite says 357k because it does account for the dust, but most people do not pick that up because it's just not worth it. It's about 914 GP each though, so it may be worth it to pick up if you maybe want to use it for haul load or something like that. So I think my setup was pretty good for being AFK, and this video really helped out me do a lot of bossing on my Iron Man account, so this is kind of why you guys are seeing a little bit of AFK-able content. This video and my next two on my main account are going to be similar, but there's no doubt about it, these are one of the most AFK-able monsters in the game to make some passive GP over time. If you just come here and hop any world at any time of day, this place is crowded, and I mean crowded, to the point where I think I said in a video relating to the price of blood shards a few years ago that it was 6 mil at the time, and I said there's no way that this ever goes past 6 mil because there's just too much supply and not enough demand. And here we are 2 years later and the price is doubled, and it's probably going to continue to go up. So yeah, just never listen to me as it goes for financial stuff on RuneScape. But you know, it's nice to see the price so high. So many people do this and it really brings in a lot of GP for people. This is a great alt to set up, although it does require Sins of the Father, which is no walk in the park, but if you get that done, you get access to such an AFK-able great monster to kill. And this is also a Slayer task, so you might occasionally run into it while you're doing your Slayer grind. For the most part, I was picking everything up on my end. Anything unnoted like the Runite Ore or the Runite Bar, Tooth, Half Keys, etc. I would just pick up and quickly bank, since you are right next to a bank and you're right next to an altar, so you never have to use prayer potions here. You do have to spend some money on Divine Super Combat Potions though. I think I use on average like 3 every hour, and they're 20k each, so you know you have to spend money to make money here. But luckily all these normal drops should take care of the cost of supplies. You have like noted bark and coal and yew logs, stackable runes like blood, death, and nature, and that'll cover your high alks too, so that's a win there. Well, I gotta say, being 9 hours in on the very first day here camping the area, we have 0 shards, so that's kind of upsetting. The drop rate is 1 in 1500, and I've killed about 1,000 so far, so pretty decent rate of 100 an hour. And that wraps up our first day. 10 hours completed, 1,000 kills overall. No blood shard, but the overall loot is looking decent. We're definitely going to be adding on to this. We're not done yet. Let's go ahead and price check those, see what we made. Again, it's going to show a different number than RuneLite because we don't pick up the dust, but 3.4 mil on my end, and I picked up a ton of drops from other people, so that definitely helped out a lot. You might not see similar numbers if you do this 100% AFK and you don't pick up anything on your end. You're just here for the blood shard and just the decent rune alkables, which is understandable. Most people actually do that here, but I like picking up everything. You know, I was doing a ton of Abyssal Sire on my Iron Man, and whenever I would be banking on my Iron Man, that would give me plenty of time to pick up anything around me on my main account. So that's kind of a win there. There are probably people that bring multiple alts here to make it so that, you know, it's going to be a very AFK experience. Maybe have notifications turned on when you get a blood shard drop. Stuff like that you can do to make this a little bit easier on yourself. I don't have anything fancy like that turned on, just basic ground markers. But yeah, overall, we're still hunting down that blood shard, still juggling these clue scrolls. Here we are 15 hours into this grind so far. We are past the drop rate, over 1,500 kills. Sort of had an accident while juggling some of my hard clues, but we'll get into that later on. And now about almost 19 hours in. So yeah, just the luck wasn't here for me currently. I mean, my luck could change. You could get a back-to-back blood shard for all I know. You could get a back-to-back-to-back, but 1,900 kills in, 19 hours, and 0 blood shards. A lot of hard clues though. You can expect those like 1 out of every 100 kills or so, maybe give or take a little bit more or less. But at this point, I was just kind of over it. I kind of slacked on getting a lot of footage because this was just some of the most repetitive, you know, combat you can imagine. So there really wasn't too much to show, but as you can see, my coin stack and all of my drops continued to grow. I managed to hit over 2,600 KC, and on day 3, I was getting close to 3,000. I actually ended up losing about 150 kills tracked in the very beginning of the video, but overall, I ended this one with 3,001 Firewatch Sentinels killed, but that's technically 3,151. But you know, this looked nicer, so who cares? But either way, no blood shard for me. We went over double the drop rate, and I never got to get that expensive 13 mil blood shard today, so I'm a little upset there. But I mean, I really don't mind because the point of this monster, I feel like, is to invest a lot of time here. Although I will say 30 hours is a lot of time, you know, for most people, but I guess if you're gonna stay here for like 50 hours, maybe all that luck will balance out at the end. But overall, I guess we're just gonna price check the normal drops. Maybe there's some potential there, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, here we go with the price check. And again, results may vary. All depends on how much you pick up around you. But 11 million GP on my end from 30 hours of killing Firewatch Sentinels. A lot of Runite bars and a lot of Rune ore, so that's not too bad. Technically speaking, it really wasn't worth spending 30 hours here just because my luck wasn't, well, it just wasn't it. What can I say? But yeah, unfortunately, I did lose 10 hard clues in the making of this video, but I obtained 15. So I did about half of all of the clues that I got. I know that sucks to hear, but I tried my very best to juggle them, and unfortunately, I just mistimed it at one point, and I lost all my clues around hour 12, but I did manage to get a good 15. So yeah, let's go ahead and open them up. Maybe we'll get something good, and if we get a master, we'll go ahead and do that too. Just gonna limit it to one master with this batch because yeah, I put a lot of time into this one, and yeah, I'm just not that happy with the results. Where's my blood shard? Anyway, let's go ahead and open up these hard clues. I don't know what that X is doing at the bottom, or I should say the top right of the chat box. Must be a graphics glitch there. But either way, we're continuing to get these decent rewards. 100k, 280, and we got 162 from that one. 655k. All those purple sweets really paying off. And yeah, you can tell I didn't bank a single time. I just wanted to open them all up in one session, you know, not have to get interrupted or anything. So I went ahead and picked up all of those items off of the ground, and we banked it all. And I did actually manage to complete the master clue. It didn't really take too much time at all. So we're going to go ahead and open up that now and see what we get. Alright, pretty average reward, 630k. Overall, from the hard clues, I made an additional 2.1 mil, and from the master clue, another 600k. So although I didn't get a blood shard in this video, in this long 30-hour grind, this really didn't take a lot of effort on my part because it was so laid back and Firewatch Sentinels are so AFK to kill. So all I can really recommend to you guys is that if you're considering going for a blood shard anytime in the near or far future, do it right now. Get to AFKing, relax a little bit, and make some good GP because you're bound to get one. Or maybe you'll get unlucky and not get one like me and waste 30 hours. But either way, you're going to get one eventually, and it's awesome to see the price so high. So with that being said, thanks for watching the video today, guys. A huge thank you to the YouTube channel members with a special shout out to LettuceAttak, xXzoticx, and DeceptionZ. Until next time, Mr. No Sleep, out.